Folks, welcome on in for Trainwreck today. It is a victory Monday in all of the senses. The Bills get it done against the Bucs. Josh Allen gets into the end zone 6 times. The Sabres bounce back, showing some gut that Dreamboat Donnie loves. And UB Hoops gets 2 wins over the weekend. Let's keep the mojo going, and let's go.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. You know this train never stops.
Folks, welcome on in. It is November 17th. Trainwreck today, episode 31. It is a victory Monday. Like we said, in the grandest form, myself, Maniac, here on Trainwreck Sports and Herd of Buffalo. We got Slick in the saddle. We got Dreamboat on the 1s and 2s. We got producer Alec making sure we come through beautiful to you, beautiful people. But let's get it started. What a weekend. Obviously capped off with a Bills win. We had a Sabres win in there. We had UB wins. But it was an amazing weekend through and through. And it started with the Key to the City ceremony. Slick, what a great time there outside of City Hall with Deion Dawkins and co.
Great time, despite the brisk weather. A lot of people came out to Niagara Square. I thought it was a great event put on by everyone from DJ Milk and DJ Yes.
Had it going.
To those school boys and girls playing the band, and Deion's family and his speech as well as theirs. It was a really special moment. Shout out to Mayor Scanlon for putting that all together. And we were up in there. We got the speech. We got some backstage scrum interview that we'll play on the show.
Yeah. Wait, do we have that clip? Do we want to go to that?
Yeah.
All right, so let's fire that up. Let's see if we get that. Exclusive here on Herd of Buffalo and Trainwreck
Hearing
Sports.
people speak about me in ways that aren't about football always touches, because I could train to be a great football player. You know, you can train to be a good person, but the realness will always show, and if you're fake, it'll always show as well. And I feel like people see the realness, and I think when people speak and when they say things, I hear realness, and it just hits, because, you know, I'm a kid. I'm from Broadway. I got 2 parents. I'm 1 of 5, and I'm blessed. Like, I could have ended up anywhere, but I ended up here. And the people love me. I'm thankful that I could just be a piece of this community.
I think Rachel changes
I think that's what
here,
gives me emotions, because they didn't have to accept me, right? Like, there's so many players that come through here. They don't have to accept them. Oh, well, he's here for a year. Oh, cool. Like, we're going to get our quick fix, and he's out, right? But they have accepted me and accepted my family. And I think that that's one of the most beautiful things that somebody can ask for.
You touched on it a little bit up there, but can you put into words what the city
Yep,
means
here we go.
Put into words what the city means to me.
Reposition.
Love,
This is what you got to
family,
do in those
grit,
scrums. Great adjustment by producer
Great
Rachel there.
adjustment. Great adjustment.
Who's that guy holding the
unsung
mic?
Heroes, diamonds in the rough, you know, shiny needle in a haystack,
Wait till you see
right?
how
Like
hard I
a
jumped
lot
at
of
this.
people.
He's just
turn their back on
describing
Buffalo,
Rachel right now.
right?
I see
And what
5
he's
like
done
about Buffalo
and
News,
what
2, 4,
the community
7,
has
and
done
Trainwreck
together.
I was in there feeling pretty damn quirky, not gonna
Speaks
lie.
the true heartbeat of Buffalo, and I'm just one person that's trying to help that heartbeat beat. And nothing that is done is solo. Like we've been grinding for years, right? And Buffalo means family. It means love. It means unity.
Speaking
That
of
was my
family, you had
two
your
words.
family on stage with you, including your kids and daughters. They braved the cold. They did it. But what does it mean to have them up there with you for such an honor?
Yeah, I'm a family man, and to be able to have my family here, it's awesome. I have 3 kids and a beautiful fiance, and I'm thankful that they even want to be here, right? Like, we also have a home in Florida, but the kids are like, I want to go back to Buffalo. I want to go skiing. I want to go snowboarding. All right, let's go, right? And then we're here, and they love it. They play outside, right? Like, they're not just swimming pool babies, right? And
Fans of the snow.
They are fans of the snow, right? As well as they're fans of.
Risky to jump in mid-answer. You were feeling it. You were feeling it.
I'm honored that my family wants to be here.
50-50 with
They can
moments
sit
like
out
that.
in the cold and just smile and see this beautiful thing right here. You know,
Do you have a spot where is that going to go?
I have no idea. I have no idea. You know,
I was a little upset that they didn't go with
Telling
the
you.
comedy big key.
I
Like,
might
I'm
try to go
gonna
to
be
Chick-fil-A on
honest.
Sunday and see what it
Could have been
does.
bigger.
I mean, that plaque is a
It's a great vibe. Like, that's something you would actually display in your house.
For
Like,
sure.
you wouldn't put the big comedy key on your wall.
No, for sure. And do they even are you allowed to keep the comedy key, or is that just a prop?
tackles in an NFL. But we were here tonight, and I mentioned it when I was speaking. We're here to recognize and thank and honor Deion.
There's some guy screaming that he looks like DJ Milk in the background.
Dove headfirst into Buffalo, adopted Buffalo as his city, and because of what he's
You're right.
contributed
They thought I was you.
his organization has contributed to this city, and the people, the kids, the families he's uplifted.
Not every guy with dreads is DJ Milk, people.
Yeah, what was it like looking out at the crowd tonight? You know, on Sundays, you're always.
Shout out our friend Kate Fitz there from the Buffalo News.
For you specifically.
Saw them all weekend from the Peppermint Parade to the game.
Yeah, they're probably sick of us at this
You
point.
say that people are
Respect
coming
recording
to
with the
see me.
phone.
I think people are
It's a
coming
phone
to see
mic.
what they've done.
Grind.
Right? Like, I see people that made a decision and said, this is us. We are in Buffalo. We are a part of Deion just as much as Deion is a part of us. But to be able to see people come out, stand in the cold, I'm honored. And like I always say, like, I'm an offensive lineman that's trying to change that outlook of players, right? Like, we have an important job. Quarterback is also extremely important, as well as the receivers, as well as the long snapper, as well as the trainers, right? Like, everybody plays a big part, and I'm thankful that people could come out here and enjoy and have a piece of this moment with me the rest of my life. Yeah.
Shout out to our friends, Heard of Buffalo for that clip. Yes, that was awesome. Friday night. Great vibes. Like, it's like you look back on that. There was no way we were losing Sunday when you look back at that clip.
No, after the premiere, the key to the city, and what more we'll get into, you know, the Bills fans had a chip on their shoulder this entire week. And what an honor it was that you mentioned. I've never seen Deion get emotional like that. There was a point, beautiful moment in the in the crowd interaction between the crowd and Deion, where he was saying that last bit where he's like, people don't usually love the offensive linemen like they love running backs, receivers, and quarterbacks, but you guys love me. And he took a moment and some guys screamed, you earned it. And that's when he got emotional. I thought it was a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, vibes going in. No way we were going to lose. So, yeah, let's talk about the game.
Real
40
quick,
plus?
TSC real quick.
Oh,
TSC,
okay.
Because we have to talk
That's right.
about Doug Flutie lighting up the crowd. We have Maxwell Harrison and Deion Walker. Awesome time there at TSC Buffalo. Like I said, it was a vibe compilation there. First Line Brewing, having some beers with some vets on Saturday, getting them recognized. It was a great weekend going into the game.
Yeah, for sure. Poncho's Army out there, Dan Freddy Barbecue at this First Line Brewing, Reed Ferguson throwing an event honoring the veterans after Veterans Day. So love to see that yearly event that Reed has had going on for a bit now.
He's made that a nice tradition. That's what you love to see out of your captain. That's what you love to see out of your longest tenured Bill. And listen, I don't have any qualms about Dreamboat wanting to get into the game. 44 points dropped by this offense after what happened last week in Miami. Even with the defensive shortcomings and some turnovers, this felt like a much needed W, Slick.
Yeah, absolutely. And the turnovers stuck around, not greatly as an impact as last week. Obviously, points are on the board. And most importantly, the offense was firing on all cylinders again. The run game was going. Receivers were getting open. Big game Gabe was back in Buffalo. 3 receptions for about 90, I believe.
Huge fourth down early. Yeah.
That was a throw where it was just like, screw the play. I'm throwing the 7-yard slant. And it looked like a very difficult completion. Gabe held on.
I mean, we've been missing that, and he almost had another quick slant, but Josh just threw a rocket, not a bullet, a rocket at him, and it might add a little too much zip, but hey, for that quick slant, I mean, that's what you got to do. And Josh, speaking of which, it seemed like our golden retriever guy was back to the classic Josh, making amazing throws, amazing deep ball plays, and then, you could argue saving a safety, which with what I would say is probably one of the most comical interceptions I've ever seen a quarterback throw.
Yeah. The one, I was going to say 5 minutes in, it was a nightmare of sorts. And then 55 minutes in, you were living a dream. Josh Allen couldn't be stopped, and he was dominating the Tampa Bay Bucks left and right. So when we look at it, like the biggest storyline that everyone's talking about is Keon Coleman being out. Was it the receivers? Was it Gabe Davis? Was it maybe just a bounce back game from this unit after they had a chip on their shoulder? What did you take in yesterday? It's like at Highmark Stadium.
I think it was a little bit of everything. Gabe definitely had a big game impact, like I was saying before. And Agent Paul's other client, the other receiver, Tyrell Shavers, showing up and looking like he could be a solid 2 or 3.
Game. Yeah, breakout game for Shavers.
Big time. Yeah. Speaking of the deep ball, Don, that one that Josh scrambled right. I'm thinking of the McCall Hardman bomb downfield.
He started to scramble those right. Then he came out half back left.
Held up. He saw Tyrell was breaking between the cover 2 back there, and then boom. Yep.
Did anyone else think that was James Cook? Did you think that was James Cook? Because I saw the 4. I didn't see the 1 on his jersey.
We were at the other end, so it's kind of tough. And a lot of people were wearing like the balaclavas and stuff, so it was a bit tough. But I think I knew.
See, for me, I thought the other thing. I saw the 1 on TV. Didn't see the 4 till he was in the end zone. I thought that was Gabe, and I was like, oh man, people. If it was like, it was just going to be
Twitter would have lit up.
He's back.
We
in
had
a
to talk
big
about
way.
The sickos yesterday, though, because you did allude to the slant that he got thrown a little bit after that 4th down. Gabe Davis' first touchdown. I know a couple people who decided to get a little crazy and dabble. 75-1.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not.
I don't even think.
And it was here. Just to be clear, it was here.
Yeah. Is that?
I don't think Fanatics had a line.
No, on Fanatics, it was
someone showed me their slip, and it was plus 7,500.
I didn't see what he was first on what I was using, but yeah, he's 4-1 anytime. So the fact he was 75 first on anything is ridiculous, actually. And yeah, I had him as an anytime touchdown score, so I was feeling that same pain, Maniac.
So then the game gets going 21-20 at half, but I feel like you're feeling good because the offense is humming, right?
Yeah, it was just starting to really get. The gears were starting to grind a little bit, if you know what I mean. Speaking of,
yes,
Ty Johnson, 52-yard house call, 54 maybe,
virtually untouched,
basically untouched. Got a couple good blocks, one completely missed tackle. Horniest celebration of all time.
Might be the horniest celebration of all time.
So this is crazy because it went from the classic like fake injury into something else. But that's not what I saw coming out of the grabbing the hamstring. He just went right down to the ground and 2 pumps, so no flag. Does he get a fine, Don?
I don't think so. I didn't think that was too graphic. I didn't think it was too bad.
I really hope he doesn't because I agree with you. If we're finding people for that, this is a tame, soft league.
So we got Greg Head in the chat. Is Shavers wide receiver 1 now?
No.
Are vibes better without Keon playing?
My only take on that, I don't really have a thing on the vibes yet because I think Keon can still make an impact. It's not just like you take Keon out and everyone became so much better. There was more volume for some other guys, but I don't think we have a wide receiver 1. I think it's that we have a bunch of like just options, honestly, and it's about the scheme because you look at yesterday, there were a lot of times where guys were running open. We looked at the film on the deep ball to Mecole Hardman. Khalil Shakir was running wide open for like a 25-yard crossing route. So it's really just about identifying those weak spots in the offense. Would I love an alpha? Of course I would. But I think if it's going to come to that, it would be probably like Josh Palmer if he could like be healthy and consistent. I don't know what your thoughts are, Slick.
How many reps did he really get?
Josh Palmer only had 2 catches yesterday.
I was going to say not much out of him. I'm kind of on the same page with you where the offense is spread out, but then you get into that gray area, right, of everybody eats. Not some people like that, some people don't. Is this the V2 version? Well, people were saying no, but now Keon's out and you become more versatile across the board. Maybe it is a thing. I'm on the same page as you where I would love a wide receiver run. For me, if we had to pick one right now, it's probably Khalil. Tyrell Shavers might be in that conversation. Who knows? Don, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's gonna be interesting too to see what's going on with Hardman because he left the game and he was on today's injury report.
That was a little Pee Wee football.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the thing that was injured was his ego,
the bruised ego.
But no, it's he's out with a calf injury. He didn't practice today. So short week. I don't know if we're gonna see him Thursday. If he's not practicing, that's always the question. But
I'm not sure I want to after that kickoff fumble.
Yeah,
I mean that was brutal.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But he got a touchdown though.
The thing to me about that punter, he helped on the first drive. The thing on that punt return fumble, why aren't you just fair catching right there? They were all around you for him to even start to make moves, and it wasn't like he got like tomahawked right on the ball. The guy just tackled him, and his like arms like exploded. Yeah. So it was like I was completely over it. I like that we're looking for dynamic plays. I get it. And we were definitely got a little boost from the return game early yesterday, but you just can't have turnovers. I'm sorry. Like you turn the ball over once. That's like basically 2 to 3 good returns down the drain.
Especially at such crucial points of the game, at crucial points
that felt
points of the field.
You punted at the start of the second half. You punted to pin the Bucs deep.
Yep.
You get the 3 and out. Everyone's shitting on the defense. You got the 3 and out.
Well, it was like you were saying, because the offense is coming out of the first humming out of the first half.
A little ridiculous.
Humming and coming. Yeah.
But speaking of the defense picking up in the second half, Cole Bishop, not the Nook, not the Rook, not the Knight, Cole Bishop making a play. This is a pretty athletic interception, I thought.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Getting all out there stretching out. Don, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, people were on this guy's case for, the first half of the year. And so, I mean, it's good to see he's really improving. People online are saying that, Jordan Poyer coming into the locker room has made all the difference. I mean, it's hard to argue that. It does seem night and day since he got some more veteran help in there.
Cole Bishop seems much improved. And sometimes, you need the old bull to show the young calf what's going on in that regard. Let's go back to you on this one because we had an iffy week against the Dolphins. We had a strong performance against the Chiefs. How are you feeling about this defense as they kind of wait for like Shaq Thompson to get back, as they wait for Ed Oliver to get back? Are you feeling like they can hold serve until then, Don?
I do, and I hate, I'm feeling good about the Texans. It sounds like we're not going to get Stroud, which honestly...
That's a big storyline we'll talk momentarily for sure.
Yeah, so I think if you got to rest up, we don't want to ever look past teams in the NFL. You can't do that. But I'm not feeling terrible about the defense letting up the points that they did. Again, like the offense even though the offense put up 40 points, first drive, interception, and the defense hold them to a field goal. So you love that. And then, like you said, the fumble on the punt, I think they held them to a field goal there as well. So you kind of saw that classic Sean McDermott bend don't break defense. I kind of knew yesterday was going to be a shootout too. Like the over under was 50, and I think it cashed.
He was predicting like
he was right.
38. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was up there.
Yep, there's 80 points.
We
on
do
the
have
board.
some updates. McDermott's live right now. He's been complimenting the receiving core. Said Gabe Davis is a dog. His words, not mine. Also joked that Tyrell Shavers will now start to be playing defense after the performance that he had on Sunday. Also,
I don't like that. I don't like how hardy McDermott is that he's making that joke. By the way, updates on McDermott brought to you here on Heard of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports, Trainwreck Today. What else we got?
Also, when asked about Keon Coleman's status for Thursday night's game in Houston, McDermott said, we'll see one day at a time. The big part is that he learns and grows from this.
Yeah, and speaking of Keon, we got checking in with the Instagram chat. Joshua Williams just bought a Keon jersey at the beginning of the season. LOL. So I guess he's not feeling great about that investment.
Buffalo.
Greg Head, thanks guys. Love the show. We love doing the show, Greg. So hell yeah,
Again,
buddy.
Shout out everybody tuning in, whether it's Herd of Buffalo YouTube, whether it's Trainwreck Sports Instagram. Thank you for tagging along with us on this Victory Monday. As we kind of wrap up the Bills talk, I guess it kind of makes sense to end where it begins. Josh Allen, 6 touchdowns. I mean, just what a performance. I would say the craziest thing about it, I don't know about you guys, but I pointed out to my friend, I go, that was his 6th touchdown. And they were all in shock. They couldn't believe he had all 6.
I mean, we were talking about it on the bus on the way back, and we had to check the stats ourselves to see, because it felt like there were some plays. Obviously, you had the running touchdown from Ty Johnson. You get a little lost track there. But yes, 2nd career game, only quarterback ever to pull off a 3-and-3 touchdown game. And
He's done it twice in the last calendar year.
I forget about the first one.
Yeah, because of the Rams game last year. So quick trivia for you guys. Josh Allen now has 10 games, I believe, with 3 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Who did he just break the tie with? Who are the 2 quarterbacks he just broke the tie with who have 9? They both played pretty recently.
I'd say Lamar Jackson.
Cam Newton.
Okay.
Don't overthink the rushing touchdowns. Neither of these guys are
Peyton
thought
Manning.
But you're in the right area.
Daniel Jones. Oh, okay. I thought that's what you meant by right area.
Tom Brady.
Ding, ding, ding.
There's one other.
Yeah, who's the other guy in the 2010s that Brady does
Roethlisberger?
besides Manning? Nope.
Russell Wilson.
All-time, single season passing yards leader.
Drew Brees.
Oh.
Drew Brees and Tom Brady both with 9. Josh Allen now with 10 games of 3 passing TDs. Like 1 yard sneaks for those guys, probably.
Yeah.
Like for those.
Brees early.
A lot of those for
game,
Josh.
10 times. Yeah. Oh, for sure. But a 4 touchdown game 10 times, pretty insane.
100%. As well as Josh, I'd like to give a lot of credit to the defense yesterday. I thought they were great across the board. Jordan Poyer, Cole Bishop,
there are people who are mad about the defense right now, Don. And we got slick guys. So you want to give them credit after yesterday.
I saw some great play out of some guys that it was not existent in Miami. So I don't know, even though the high-scoring game let up a lot of points, that can happen. I want to credit them. I'm not too worried.
I think it was encouraging to get like Daquan Jones' sack.
Yes.
Like, record his work. Jordan Poyer has put in good work. Cole Bishop, good to see them rewarded. Trey White wasn't a liability yesterday.
Nope.
He was just right there. So I like to see that.
It's worth saying, like, this is the offense people want to see, these quick hitters, deep passes. But the result of that is your offense isn't on the team as long. So what do we think the time of possession was yesterday?
Time of possession. Oh, you know what? The thing is, I feel like in the first half, they were really grinding us with long gains of possession. I would say we probably lost the time of possession 35-25.
Yeah, actually, right on.
Wow.
35-07 to 24-53.
Yeah, no, like that's a big loss.
So like that's what I mean. Your defense is on the field longer and more often because they're, like you said, they're grinding us. And people were complaining about these long grinding drives that the offense was doing.
The bottom line is
you can't have both. Like you either control the clock and take that off your D, or you say, fuck it, we're gonna be in a boat race.
The bottom line is I think when I look at it, you can't play every game like you're trying to beat Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, where you want to get 6 yards every game. You want to run it and make like 5 to 7 minute drives. Sometimes you just need to go downfield. We saw yesterday there was opportunities to go downfield and they took advantage. So very happy about that. And yeah, I kind of agree with you guys that we shouldn't be so hard on the defense after yesterday. I think we're still going to be getting Ed Oliver back eventually, like we said. Any other things in the McDermott updates? Like I know you're kind of scrolling there.
Yeah, getting here. Still a lot of Keon chatter and Tyrell Shavers talk. No, not much more yet.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, listen, no news is good news. We don't want any surprise injuries. We don't want anything going on.
We do have some guys skipping walkthroughs, but I'm not leaning into any of that.
Again, veteran probably stuff, right?
Yeah.
Again, because we have a game on Thursday.
I think it was like
and we'll get into that here as we get ready to face Houston. The initial news is that we might have Davis Mills, but I gotta rewind real quick to yesterday's game. First off, Scorigami, 44-32. Surprised that one was open. 44-32 is not crazy.
Does this mean the Scorigami bot is functioning again?
No, someone took it over. There's a new Scorigami bot.
Okay, because do you remember I kept tweeting out Scorigamis and be like, this is not Scorigami, or it was Scorigami and it was like 24-10 or something. Okay, good to hear the bots healthy again.
Ravens broke the Scorigami bot, right? Like that was the one that it couldn't respond to.
I
Oh,
think
really?
so.
Yeah, like
But
people
what-
kept asking, like, is that a scoregami?
Wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
right. Yeah.
But yeah, so they couldn't get it. And then what you had was yesterday's scoregami on the new account. Also, I ran into Pete Guelli.
Yeah,
Oh.
30 seconds of Pete
You got a
Guelli.
pick?
Yeah, he didn't. He
You
didn't
get
have
a
any
selfie?
locks. He didn't have any locks. No pick, no selfie.
Can you
Ooh.
tell the people what you said, the request you made
so
for
all
him?
I did was I was walking back from the bathroom that is adjacent to the Bills store, southwest stairway there. We're walking down. It's Pete Guelli and two others. I noticed it's him. I'm just like, Pete, I got to talk to you about something. The two others go like, oh, here we go. I just go, Pete, bottom line, we need to get rid of the gold ring sponsor banners at the KeyBank Center. Athletes like Danny Gare, Dominic Hasek, John Tavares gave their lives for these organizations, and that shouldn't be able to be bought into by a corporate organization. And in my opinion, if that deters a partner from being a gold ring sponsor partner, we didn't want them to begin with in the gold ring sponsorship. He smiled and nodded. So we'll see. Maybe if the gold ring, if they ever come down, I'm just saying, I will hold a parade.
Betting odds, they're down tonight.
If they're down tonight, I will live outside KeyBank Center for the next week.
Wow.
100%.
Okay.
I'll
Pretty
make sure to bring
confident.
you,
I
like-
mean,
100%. I will live. I mean,
You know what? I'll
to
jump
worship
on
the
that.
building.
I'll squad ride that.
Yeah,
I'll squad ride that.
I'll camp
We're
out
going
with
to
all
talk
you
about
guys
squad
too.
rides with Don in
Okay.
a second. But
Sports City
listen, the
delivered.
squad is riding out to Houston.
Yep.
Are you feeling confident? Only 3.5-point favorites over on the Poly.
I am feeling very confident, especially with this Davis Mills talk. If that's even on the table with a quick turnaround, I'm definitely going to take it. Not nervous. I don't know about how you feel, Don.
No, I mean, I'm not too nervous. It is weird being three. It's kind of backwards. I thought we would be a smaller favorite with the Bucks because I thought they're a good team.
If you told me these two games, one was a 5.5, 6, one was a 3.5, I thought exactly.
Yeah,
the
I
same
thought it'd
thing.
be totally
Reverse swap.
reversed.
Yeah.
But we're going on the road. They might be better off with Mills with the season Stroud's had.
Stop it.
No, I mean, really.
Houston is a tough place to play. The defense is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just get off to a strong start, and you're playing against Davis Mills. Like, this is the kind of game where McDermott eats. I hope I'm not jinxing him, but you got a quarterback.
Like
who's
you
not
said,
that
the last time we played Davis
a
Mills.
quarterback who's just not that good. Last time we played Davis Mills in 2021, 40-0.
Yeah, so
Same quarterback.
it
matchup,
is
by the way.
this something weird about this arena though.
The stadium is weird
because we lost that playoff game
That's
after
where
being
Josh
up.
Allen got hurt. That's where he
Yep,
played that
and then
playoff
that's when we
game.
lost to, I think, last year. We lost in
We
their
lost there
stadium.
last year,
yeah.
Yeah, we
We
have
So-
got some, I think it's NRG
So there's-
Stadium. We got some
There's
demons.
history
some
there.
weird voodoo going on in
We
that
got,
stadium.
we got some demons to exercise now. By the way, shout out to everybody tuning in. Closing in, looks like 2,000 viewers here, less than half an hour in. So thanks for tuning in with us on Trainwreck today. But yeah, I think there's a lot to look forward to. Let's enjoy the rest of this Victory Monday, because I'd say this Victory Monday ends around 5 p.m. You got to get ready for that game on Thursday. So we'll make sure we're strapping in for that.
Even today after walkthroughs, like you're hitting the film hard and everything's still getting the week on. What
I was doing a little dance. I was doing a little shimmy. It's a great weekend. Sabres
Was
lost.
that like
And
Dane?
you know who lost?
Is that like Dane's
The
new shimmy?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs. This was about to be my not hot. Kansas City Chiefs in one-score games. I think 0-5 on the season. All of their losses coming in those close matchups in the last 2 minutes.
I don't want to get so salty because I always will be with the Kansas City Chiefs. They should have had 2 or 3 of these last year.
Oh my God, they got away with.
They got away
Yeah.
with. They
Well,
got
this
away
is
with.
karma.
I'm saying, I guess this is all 5, but really, and when we look at the Chiefs this year, they should be 6-4.
Well-
They should be 7. They're clearly better than 5-5. The Super Bowl odds for them still exist.
So it's funny. Did you watch the broadcast of this?
With Romo and Nance, I watched a bunch of it.
So
yes.
I watched this, and because I was all over this Broncos line, hammered it as hard as my other
This
pick
was
we'll
the
talk
most
about
line.
later.
They said
It
probably
was-
during the
It was
broadcast
3.5
yesterday,
plus 3.5 Broncos.
They
went
said it was the
outright.
most important Broncos regular season game in a decade.
And did you see when the Broncos lined up for that game-winning field goal?
Yeah.
What do they do? they show the block from last year
they
that
did,
like
they did.
when and remember they were like
Same exact distance, by the way. Did you see that? It was
No,
the
I
same.
didn't.
The kick was the same.
Yeah.
Which
Now,
was what? Like a
last year we were at
35
Rec
yards,
Room.
35 chip shots.
Remember Rec Room where
Oh,
there's
dude, we were-
7-point dogs
we were
were
refreshing.
we're
We were
doing the
refreshing.
captain
We
thing.
were
We're like,
ready.
wait, what happened? What
And
happened?
it's
What
an
happened? What happened?
N4, like still 16-14
We
or
were
whatever.
ready for the money to come into our betting accounts.
Oh,
after
Yeah.
that.
I was so mad, dude.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
terrible.
What was that Colts game last year?
No, it was.
No. I'm saying Bills Colts.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
last night.
think
Yeah,
so.
well, at least
So
Don
that
cashed on the.
was
Yeah.
such garbage. Again, I'm just saying I would have gladly taken. I would gladly have traded 2 of them this year. I'll take them at 7-3 right now and added them to last year if that could have been the
Agreed,
number
but that
one.
was just so good because we were whooping the Colts' ass. Don hit on the first touchdown score in the
my
defense,
gosh, it was such a good
and
spot.
we were so close to a Chiefs loss. I guess we get it back this year in the form of Connor.
So on that flip side, are the Broncos for real? This is a team that came into Highmark Stadium last year, put up a quick 7. Then the Bills outscored them 31-3 the rest of the game.
I think they're for real. They're kind of like the Colts in my end, though. They don't concern me in a matchup with the
So
Bills.
you're
potential.
not worried about going into Mile High?
No, I wouldn't be
round,
concerned.
AFC.
I wouldn't be concerned. In
You're
fact,
not worried about Bounty Gate on the other side?
no. I mean, he is a scumbag. but-
He knocked over a ref yesterday.
yeah, I mean, it's what he does.
Stop
Yeah.
think about that. Wasn't egregious. Wasn't like Mike Tomlin-esque when he was like on the field, but that was a collision.
Yeah, that was wacky. Yeah.
That's why. Do you ever see when they make fun of the Sean McVay? He's got the pull guy. He's
Yeah.
got the guy who will literally pull up. That guy, like that's why he exists because the ref
Yeah.
came flying in and crushed him.
Yeah, kind of.
So, Broncos for real, but yes, but neither of you fear them is kind of where
Here's,
we're
No, I think
I'm
it was-
saying
honestly-
yes, they're for real. They kind of have been getting accusations like the Patriots. Oh, they got a cupcake schedule. I think this was the game that.
false accusations.
So this was the game that proved it. I don't know. Bo Nix, I think, is a better quarterback than
He's good,
Daniel
man.
Jones. Kind of funny though. So he puts up 295 passing,
Yeah.
0 thrown touchdowns though.
That's hard.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I
yeah.
think Jacoby Myers with 1,000 yards and no TDs.
They're definitely a slight concern, but I think it would be a similar result to last year, even going into Mile High, if we were to do that.
What worries you more? If you had to go at Foxborough, at Indianapolis, or home against Ravens at Denver?
Ooh. For me, it's between home Ravens and at Denver. I think I lean at Denver. So it definitely would be the more concerning out of those 4 options.
Yeah.
I
Well,
still
the
think-
first 2 is both on the road, but the Ravens at home is just kind of like
But
a wild card. You
I'm
don't know
going
what
to
you're
take
getting.
Ravens at home, actually.
I
think that
don't
would
know
be
if you're
nail
getting a
biter.
wild card team out of the AFC North though. I think we're looking at Ravens and Chiefs missing the playoffs.
Ravens were 1-5. They're 5-5 now. It wasn't the strongest win yesterday over the Browns, but they are streaking.
They're grinding.
Can they catch the Steelers? That's going to be because
Yeah,
no
That's
one
gotta be a big game
because
for
no
them.
one's making the wild card from
That'll be a big game.
that spot. You got your wild card is probably the Bills, probably the Chargers, and then I would throw the Jags in there too as the third one.
Jags killing it.
Speaking of a surprise and credit where it's due, Meow Mix, all I'll say is there was a point where Atlanta outscored them in that game 24-3. It was 7-0, and then it was 24-10 Atlanta. So all the momentum was on the Falcons side, but they lost it. Meow Mix persevered, and they're saying in the streets right now, Don was right.
Yeah. I see someone wrote this. Definitely not me. Don is very smart, super sharp. Everyone owes him an apology.
Wait, do we owe him an apology because everyone feels bad about how bad that TCU pick was on Saturday?
Well, no one,
On
you
the
know,
blind- on the blind group
but
ride?
no one told me otherwise.
Took us
No
right
one-
off again. 42-13, I think that was.
Yeah, that was-
BYU in a massive bounce back spot.
Hey, but
These
okay, well,
Steelers
let's
suck.
give some context.
I'm pissed
Let's give
about
some
that, too. I
context.
feel
So
you, Don.
lunchtime locks, we got these 2 guys and Gatesy all fading Meow Mix. I say, guys, you missed the boat. I tried to get you guys on my side, and you told me F off, take a hike, bud. So maybe
you want to hear something hurtful?
maybe TCU was bad and that's why you did it. But, I would have loved one of you guys to talk me out of that.
TCU, right, bud?
I would have loved.
You're ready to learn Big 12.
Would have loved one of you guys to talk me off of it, but no one. Yeah, so
You want to know the worst part for me?
What's the worst part?
I waited until Meow Mix scored and went up 7-0. I hit the money line.
On Meow Mix,
I didn't even.
You faded yourself.
No, I just waited. I was just like, what?
He bet the Falcons.
I got a better line. I got a better line, and I still lost.
Well, would it surprise you that I didn't even bet them plus 3.5? I bet them on the money line plus 180. So
who
pregame Meow Mix, baby.
You know what's crazy?
That sequence too was nuts because they go up by 2. They say, "Fuck it, we're gonna go for the 2 point," or they go up by 1.
Yeah.
What they would have been up by 2 with the kick. They get the 2 point conversion. Now there's like 40 seconds left. I'm like, well, okay, fine, but like just have a defensive stand, and they just lie down. Just right down the field. When I saw that was going to OT, that's when I was like, no fucking way. Because I'm on the money line. I didn't take the points.
Back-to-back Atlanta games in OT and back-to-back abroad games in OT.
Oh, wow.
They go back-to-back. So a lot of extra football being played. The NFL's
abroad.
Someone was saying this is a lackluster season. Is this a lackluster season? I think it just hasn't hit his crescendo yet. I think it's solid.
Honestly, I think the opposite. I feel like we were like at week 5 being like this season's like nuts just with the parity of different teams.
Agreed.
Did you see that the circle of beating each other was like completed by like week 4, week 5?
That's crazy when it's completed by week 4. By the way, real quick on the Falcons, I'm sorry, I have to say this. They're 3-7 now. Do you know who has the Falcons first round pick next year?
Bills?
No. That would be amazing.
No.
I was like, no wonder
I didn't even know about this until someone pointed it out yesterday. They
the Panthers?
The Rams whamboozled their first round pick in like for a 46th and like something last year. And now they have the projected 6th overall for this year.
So the Rams do.
The Rams.
Oh my God.
Which is terrible.
That's trouble.
Well, the Rams are like, fuck them picks. Well, now the Rams like kind of played the reverse of that. So,
yeah.
So it all comes back around.
When you talk about the GMs, I really think the only ones I really envy at all, if so, are the Rams and the Eagles. I don't think there's any other front office where I'm like, I wish our front office operated like that. And I know people have been critical of Bean, et cetera, but I'm just looking around the league. The Rams do everything to win every single year.
Yeah.
And the Eagles have found a way to like kind of toy with the salary cap where they could spend more money, but they're not like against the cap.
I hate to say it. The Patriots have, I feel like they're leaning on their coaching and their GM moves more than their roster even, So.
Yeah, they're playing better than their roster. I'll give them that.
I was going to bring them up, but then you get into like illegal massage parlors and all that nonsense.
Speaking of GMs and nonsense and terrible, Shadur yesterday. 4 for 16.
Ooh.
Wow, that's the first I'm hearing that. That's really not good.
I believe it was 4 for 16. There was an opportunity to win at the end. He was getting killed on the morning shows that I was watching. Literally obliterated, saying that he had no clue when he was out there.
Yep.
I mean, I've never
4
seen
for
it before.
16, 47 yards and a pick.
Did he use his voice in the post-game interview?
Yeah, I think he called it. He said he played bad football or something. Ran for 16.
The real stat for quarterbacks, it's not even necessarily completion percentage or total yards. It's yards per attempt. How often when you throw the ball down the field are we actually getting yards, etc.? Josh Allen yesterday was like 10 or 11 yards per attempt. Shadur was under 3.
Yeah, that
just tells you what you need to be. So now I know it was Shadur's first start. I know Josh Allen also had starts when he was starting out where he did have numbers that bad. So we'll see if Shadur could bounce back on that. Speaking of bouncing back, Don, tell him about Saturday night.
Oh, guys, let me take a sip real quick. Oh my God. I thought this was water. Someone replaced my water.
What's in the cup?
Oh no, it's not. Are you kidding me?
No, it's the Kool-Aid. We're drinking the Kool-Aid again. We're drinking the Sabres Kool-Aid. We're back. Tage had the best game of his season potentially.
He's back at center. People are saying this is big.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives him more room to skate. Give him more of the ice. Yeah, he had that great, just beating the guy with speed, going right around him, and that physical play, just throwing. I forgot who's that defenseman, DeChambeau or or not
DeBrincat.
DeBrincat. Yeah, just throwing him, banishing him into the shadow realm, and having a sick behind the back pass to cap it off overtime when we needed it. We talked about it on the show. I said, would you be happy leaving this road trip 1-1-1? We almost left it 0-3.
Yeah.
So for us to go 1-2, I love it.
We were 25 minutes from 0-4, I thought. Yeah, we were saying 1-1-1 the final 3 games.
And for the road trip.
Sorry. But like, I mean, you were saying this. I mean, I
come back from down 4-1.
What the live odds you could have got on that were.
Oh, ridiculous! I turned it off after the second period because UFC was on.
You cannot blame any Sabres fan for turning off a game down 3 on the road. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they didn't have a win on the road up to that point in the season.
Yeah, and old Lindy on the bench.
He's back.
You said Josh Allen might not be the only Buffalo staple that was back.
No, man, I've missed the emotion from Lindy because I've seen some overtime wins this season, some close wins, and he's just kind of all business, all stone face. He was pumped up. He was into it. You had Darlene back and gutting it out for the whole team. A lot of gut in that game. Game, and hoping we can carry it over tonight because yeah,
big one.
You got McJesus in town.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's the thing. McJesus always gets the smelling salts going. Kind of a similar win percentage. I think the teams have the same amount of wins so far this season. So
heavy underdog though.
Both teams have struggled. They are a heavy underdog. Okay, well, I like to see that.
We're plus 130.
Oh, I thought it was plus 160. My fault.
You're using
I'm cooked.
You're using a producer Joe line over there.
Yeah, let me. I'll double check, but I checked right before we went live. Yep, plus 130. I like our odds. I mean, Edmonton's they had to come all the way from Alberta to Buffalo, New York. Their goaltending stinks.
Speaking of Alberta, I think the Ellis spot. Do we just? I mean, what's going on with UPL?
Speaking of Alberta, real quick, can I just tell this story?
Yes.
At Game Day Buffalo on Sunday, Madeline Hall always goes on stage and asks where people are from, very far and wide. This guy got up on stage after that happened. Maddie brought him up and said, I just want to introduce this guy. He came from very far to see this tailgate and this Bills game. I'm thinking oh, cool. It's going to be like Australia, Ireland, somewhere on the other side of the world. He gets on the mic, Don, and goes, Calgary, Alberta, stand up. By the way, no one stood up. They were all seated for that one. I thought he was going to be coming across the world. He was just coming across the continent.
I wonder if he's staying for Wednesday because next up, back-to-back Alberta games. We got the Flames on Wednesday at home too.
The Battle of Alberta comes to Buffalo?
Thumbs up. For sure on that one. No doubt about it. Yeah, it was cool to see. I mean, forbid you get a great 6 weeks of Buffalo sports here. You get UB basketball. You get UB football, clinching a bowl game and maybe some more. Would be awesome to see. Again, back at home tonight against the Oilers, a chance to get a winning streak going. Speaking of winning, we just mentioned UB men's up to 4-0. An outstanding start. We'll be watching that with great interest.
You think they're dancing this year potentially?
A long way to go.
Long way to go.
But I'll just say this. First time since the Nate Oates era we've had that good of a start.
That's a great sign.
That's it. That's all you can. That's the barometer by which UB men's hoops is basically measured at this point. And UB women's gets their first win. So shout out to Coach Sharkey. Also, her daughter Aurora Sharkey won the baby race at halftime. So there's just a lot of winning going on to Sharkey.
Really?
A lot of winning
that's
going
like
on.
That's like a generational night, honestly.
Seriously, that's what I'm saying. But speaking of generational, Scranton, the Electric City, D3. They are a D3 powerhouse, apparently. Goes into Pitt and wins by 6. 0.1% chance to win pre-game select. That's a 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was such thing as a D3 powerhouse. I don't know how good Pitt this
powerhouse
is here.
In D3.
But just having a 0.1% chance to win this game and then going outright on the road too?
I want, of course. You think Pitt was going into Scranton?
What I want to say to you, it's a short trip up the 90.
Nobody. Sometimes I am a little hard on you, Slickeroni. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take every situation where you have a 0.1% chance of making it happen, and I want you to attack it like Scranton attacked that basketball court yesterday. Okay,
really?
And from now on, when I'm harsh on you, just say to me, look at me in the eyes, Scranton,
stand up, Scranton.
For sure.
You think
John,
anyone?
Did I activate the beast?
You might have. Yeah. I mean, he
What's their
thrives
mascot?
as an
No
underdog.
idea.
So
Don,
So-
can you look up what the Scranton mascot is?
yeah.
I don't
Who
buy
do you
a
think
t-shirt.
there's a person on earth that has a ticket? Put down a cool $10 to
I
win
bet there's
10
like
grand.
one Scranton super fan that put like $5 on it.
I need to find this
I
out.
can see all Pennsylvania.
Like,
Like,
and
that's
it's
your,
like his
What is
Super
it?
Bowl,
Is it
yeah.
Scranton University? What's their mascot?
Yeah.
D3 Scranton.
Iggy the Royal Wolf.
Iggy the
Let's
Royal
bring him up. Oh, I like their colors. They're
So they're the
purple.
Scranton Royal Wolves. I would assume then. All right, the Wolves were howling.
Not just any wolf, a royal wolf. Here we go.
Speaking of the Wolves howling, like any underdogs cover anything on UFC Saturday night?
Yeah,
or was
went
it
3
chalk?
for 4 on the picks. No, all around the even money. My underdog was plus 125, went up to 30 by fight time. Easy KO victory. Love to see that. Overall, great card for UFC 322, Madison Square Garden. All of but one on the main card went to were finish. The fights ended by finish. Only one fight on the main card goes to decision, and revolving around that main fight, a highlight of the night might have been a scuffle in the stands. Oh, wow.
Scranton literally had that dog in them.
So wait, is there even a guy that puts on?
That's what came up first.
It's just a stuffed
Oh yeah,
animal.
no, that
It's
was a
not even the
stuffed
mascot.
animal. Well, I don't know if we can
All good.
use the trademark.
Not too far from Scranton, Pennsylvania,
Guys,
though,
so-
Madison Square Garden, where the UFC 322 was taking place. And to some, stealing the show right before the main card even goes live. Fight of its own in the crowd. As soon as I saw Dylan Dennis on my TV in attendance at this main event, this pay-per-view, I knew something was going to happen.
Yep.
Because there's like 10 guys from Dagestan all here cornering Islam, cheering him on. You had Hasbullah and his boys there as well for the title fight.
You gotta cue in the first timers for UFC because this even hit me when you did like.
Yeah, this is lore.
First of all, you got the lore, but also Islam's the first name because then you're talking about like Islam's guys, like Islam Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev. So Islam Makhachev, the protege of Habib Nurmagomedov's dad, his late father, as well as Habib's training partner. So Habib basically his head coach now. Habib, the most dominant lightweight champion in history. This lore goes back to 2016, even further, when Habib fought McGregor, and Dylan Dennis was in McGregor's corner, and Islam Makhachev was obviously in Habib Nurmagomedov's corner. We all remember the infamous brawl that happened after Habib tapped out McGregor, jumps the fence, screams at Dylan Dennis, and literally leaps over people's heads into the crowd to start fighting with that camp. So it all comes back full circle here at Madison Square Garden.
Do you want to see the clip?
Almost a decade later. Let's pull it up.
Yeah,
Don.
we can play the clip, correct?
Yeah.
We get that. And where was this again, Slick?
Madison Square Garden.
MSG.
So yeah,
World's most famous arena.
So right here is on the ground. You see getting punched in the back of the head, Dylan Dennis. Right there. He gets whipped to the ground.
Whoa.
2 punches to the back of the head. This is like a 2
And
versus
kicked.
1. That was John Fulton, by the way. For UFC fans to know. So there's Dennis. They drag him up. He looks pretty disheveled, by the way, when they get him up here. Here, let's see. There's Mick Maynard. He's probably like, get them boys the fuck out of here. So good.
I like how they had the Teenage Wasteland playing in the background for that.
Which is not far off. That hairline wasn't too great.
The hairline looked great.
Tell me what an absolute asshole. Allegedly escorted out and forced Trainwreck not testing charges for Dylan Dennis and never allowed back ever again. He was just very sick. Allegedly, he went into the section where all the Dagestani boys were sitting and was showing like AI-generated photos of Islam doing things that might not actually happen.
I was going to ask an AI question about UFC because obviously our friends in Polymarket getting involved. So obviously, UFC's on that cutting edge. How far are we from like an AI judge?
Not far. There is already an AI judge implemented in PFL/Bellator.
Okay. There's always 3 judges, right? I feel like we need 2 humans and 1 computer.
What they're doing right now in the PFL, I believe, is 3 humans, 1 computer, just for like a test run.
Also see if they get it right. No, I like
for
that.
sure.
For
It's kind of like how they like soft rolling the computer in the MLB.
Because it like if you ask any UFC fan, what's the biggest thorn in your side about
It's
UFC?
usually just one judge.
Probably judges ruling, right? Like that's what it is.
Judges ruling and
rules, think about MLB strike calls. That's if you're a diehard MLB guy, you're basically that's something that's plagued you. Now you're going for the robo ump. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know though. You know, it's the coding for that matters. Someone gets their hands on how to code that.
Talk about a scandal.
Yeah. You might have the nerds, hacking the judges,
also,
fixing matches.
The thing is, too, though, UFC is already like one of the hardest sports to like judge and determine outcome. So
I think what you can do is take that data that you had that they're gathering, though, and again, you keep testing it out, and once it matches like 1,000 in a row, put it into play.
Yeah, agreed. The future is bright for AI in all terms of sports.
And you'll be able to get to see the data that it's taking in compared with the past data it's taking in. So it's not going to like rule things differently, which we know is definitely a human thing that can happen. A human can see the same thing twice and rule on it differently.
Absolutely.
Odds are that wouldn't happen with a computer.
One thing a computer can't rule on is a brawl in the stands. I don't think Dylan Dennis will be at any in the near future.
I think we can all agree he didn't win that one.
Yeah, no AI judge needed.
Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
A unanimous decision. Let's see who was hot and who was not this past weekend here on Trainwreck today. Shout out everybody for hanging out with us. And again, great Buffalo sports weekend. It was like they were on auto play on robots. Speaking of robots, Andy Cohen and Bravo at BravoCon this weekend live from
Vegas.
Big weekend. BravoCon knocked out of the park. I mean, the thing that I just had to say is that you get to see all these characters from these different shows interacting, and they crushed it. So huge shout out to BravoCon, Andy Cohen getting it done. Yes, I do want a media pass for next year's BravoCon, and I will not start sucking up until we get that. But someone we're not going to be sucking up to is Shadur Sanders, 4 for 16. What was the celebration?
The watch.
The watch. He did it like this, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
He did it like this. Like, he showed the watch like this. Like, he didn't get to do it. Like, dude, we're waiting for a completion. That's what people were saying. Tic-tac. So Shadur Sanders up. But again, it's only up from here. So we'll see. And speaking of a quarterback that had a rough start, but up from here, Slick, who do you got for your hot?
My hot, which Maniac was giving me shit for on the pre-show, none other than Joshua Patrick Allen, only quarterback in history.
That's it.
No, I'm just kidding. With another 3-3 game, 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving. Hard not to be hot when you go and do that, put up 44 points at home, but not doing that at home. Or actually, I forget. But Justin Fields. What was the quote, guys? What did he say? Like when he won that game?
Shout out God.
He's pretty much classic. Gotta keep faith in God. It was a really tough week for him. He was like crying on the floor of his closet.
Yeah, so that's not anything I would ever admit publicly ever. No matter the circumstance, no matter if it was my second win on the season. And
I'd tell you guys later, if I did.
Benched. So he's sitting for Tyrod Taylor, who's a guy that, if you told in 2018, like we were also saying, would be a starting QB, taking a spot from a youngster like that in 2025, that's not hot.
Unbelievable. 2018, he gets usurped by Baker Mayfield. 2019, he gets the lung collapse situation going on. I said, if you had told someone 6 years later, he'd be still in the spot. Unbelievable, Don.
Yeah. Got to be careful though. Like if you're the Jets, you don't want Tyrod to win. Like at this point,
Tyrod playing smart and efficiently is low-key the worst thing that could happen to the Jets. But I think that no matter what, they're going new franchise quarterback next year in the draft.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. They want this high pick. They want to keep the tank
Tyrod
going.
will definitely. Tyrod's going to find a way to eke out a win for him.
Yeah. So be careful of that. But for my who's hot, I mentioned him earlier. Tage, TNT, Thompson, finally coming through, showing leadership, showing up when it matters. I'm expecting nothing but more of that tonight. I want to keep this guy in my who's hot as long as possible. So not much other to say than love you, Tage. Thanks for coming back. We've been missing you. We've been missing the classic Tage, and love the physical play. So who's not? unfortunately, it's whoever faded me in Meow Mix. So if you guys want to take a look at that graphic, I don't know what intern made that.
That's brutal.
But yeah.
But wait, what the hell?
So
This
who's
is the
not
thing.
are
Are
the
you
people
kidding
that
me?
faded the Meow Mix yesterday?
Yeah, this is the thing. Don just doesn't know how hurtful he can be.
I
Sometimes.
didn't.
It's sad.
I didn't do that. I think
Yeah,
one of
no,
our
it's so
interns
sad.
did.
Dude, you were
So
berating us all week.
I hope these guys can return to being hot. We'll see. I'd love to put you guys on my who's hot list. So
Oh, that was a nice shot.
All right, but anyways, credit to Don. He was right. We were wrong, except for TCU, where we blindly rode with them and we went off a cliff directly into a pit of fire.
Yeah, that was
secret.
Yeah, what do you got? I didn't. Oh, you didn't. I didn't. The hell, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for riding along with us here on Trainwreck today. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. It's always great to have you on. Make sure you're following and subscribing. It's always a good time. We're always celebrating. We're always partying. But you know who should be partying today?
Everybody.
Mr. Jake Micah. Happy birthday to Micah,
So I
man.
was kind of
Hey,
right.
It's sad.
it's your
I think-
birthday.
I think
We're gonna
he's having
party
a
like
birthday. I wanna
it's your
say,
birthday.
I don't
We
wanna
sip a
dox him.
party like it's your birthday. We don't give a fuck. It's not your birthday.
Party in the club.
Club.
Shout out 50 Cent, Timeless. And yeah, hope Micah has a full great birthday in San Diego, I believe, which is originally derived from the term for a
whale's vagina.
Thank you for filling that in. We just read what's on the prompter here at Trainwreck today. So thank you for having a great start to your week. So glad to have a Victory Monday. Huge shout out to our production staff. Producer Alec, I know you guys wanted a little bit more of his personality on the show today. We're going to get it in. Don't worry. Huge shout out to Don, Slick in the Saddle, and myself. Thank you for tuning along. Make sure to go have a great week. We got basically kickoff in under 100 hours and start it with a good day now.